guys, welcome back to Cells in the Fog, and I just kind of want to finish Cells in the Fog because I feel like there's a lot of these stories to play, and I kind of want to do other things, and there's just a lot to keep up with, and also the ending of Cells in the Fog is happening really soon. So the new update for all the new stories is coming somewhere in between April 27th to May 3rd, I think they said on their Facebook page. And that'll include the last episode of Cells in the Fog. So we're on at the end of season 3, which means just need to catch up with season 4 and 5. And I figure if I push, we could go on another mission like we did with Saving the Forester back in what's it called, Shadows of Saint 4. I think we should push and kind of keep going and finish up. So I kind of want to focus on that. Yeah, that's just kind of what I'm feeling like doing. So I kind of want to focus in on that and really push and finish this up because I'm excited to catch up and see some new things that I haven't seen. And plus, I want to put out the latest episode when it comes out as soon as possible. So that is another incentive. So let's go ahead and just get started. So it's on episode 9. While Adelaide was asleep, time did not stand still, and now she should deal with the piled up work and find out what happened in her absence. Yeah, because she was knocked out trying to figure out her magic problems when it turns out the only problem was that she was closing herself off to her magic. Maybe some kind of subconsciously scared of them, I suppose would be a good way to say it. But I think it's time for us to step up and get back in it. I'm really happy that she has her magic back. That's always fun. So let's go ahead and get this to load up. And then we can get started. That's taking forever. I just want to play already. Okay, here we go. Unfinished business. A few days earlier. How is she? I don't know. I took her to the healer. And what did she say? Nothing specific. Oh, how so? Hey, stop interrupting me. Don't be angry. Everyone's out of sorts. We are worried, after all. The shaman says she sleeps and her soul is in the world of spirits. But what does that mean? That she needs to sleep, maybe for a few days? A heavy silence fell upon the room. We don't have time for this. In any case, she wouldn't want us to sit idle. Jackie. The shaman you recommended. Captain, I vouch for her. I have no doubts. Just stay close and watch over her. But what about everything else? We can handle everything. And it'll be important for her to see you when she wakes up. Thank you. And now, as if nothing has happened, we attend to our duties. Yes. Okay, because they keep going because Diego's on his way. So we need to get ready, and if I'm just sleeping for days, that's not necessarily helping the cause them to just sit idle and wait for me to wake up. It's cute though that they're all sad that she's sleeping. You can tell they really care about her a lot, so it's really cool. Adelaide descended into the city from the cemetery. The magic tickles me inside. I forgot what she was just like. Tickles me inside. Mischievously turning around, she noticed the street lights. I don't think anyone would notice during the day. And with deft gestures, she began to light up and extinguish the wicks on the pillars. It works. It works. Joy overwhelmed her. Something small but very frisky rushed toward her along the street at the speed of light. Axel. Despite its very modest weight, the animal crashed into her like a comet, almost knocking her off her feet. Oh, you miss me. Overexcited, he scaled her as if she were a palm tree. Come on, calm down. I'm alive. When he reached her shoulders, the lemur began to lick her face with his tiny rough tongue. Oh my god, she's so cute. Oh, he's so happy. It's me for real. You can stop the inspection. The pet immediately settled on her shoulder, tightly encircling her neck with his tiny tail, and he seemed to doze off, having buried his face in her hair. Oh, My God. So, while near the fort, I should take a look at the code. She easily gained access to the fortress, and after a short negotiation to confirm her position, she was able to personally read the legend. Well, it's not the content that interests me, but the spine of the book. Something tugged at her soul. Adelaide glanced dubiously at her wrist. The black mark seemed to have disappeared, and the last thing I want is to be back in that darkness. She tentatively stretched out her finger towards the book. You need not be afraid. Oh. Oh, I almost forgot what it's like to feel your presence. This is the holy book of the seas. The four that wrote and signed it made the greatest covenant upon these lands, the agreement of mutual trust and respect. What happened to you was because of the black mark, a trace left by Davy Jones, who wants to destroy this harmony. But now we are with you, and you are no longer in danger. All right. And she began to carefully study the spine. The cover and spine are made from canvas. How would that happen? I guess it doesn't matter. There are some formulas, but it seems these are only half of them. Yes, there are only 2 symbols out of 4. But where's the other piece of the map? We will ask some of old friends of this island. For a while the spirits left her and then returned with news. We asked the locals, but they looked away. They are spirits, of course, but how should they know? So, it was a dead end? Of course not, we were joking. We know this piece of cloth, only we remember it being much bigger, and we had to find out what happened to the rest. Oh, you? Tell me everything, in details. 200 years ago, I've lost all my friends, but I do not blame them for this. They were weak. Too weak. I understand Garcia. He always had a soft spot for the locals. But Ponce? I always thought he was strong. I think the power of the amulet ruined him. Dripping sweat from his forehead. That's okay. I will bring peace to these lands. No more gods or spirits. I'm the only one. This sword. No one knows the power that it holds. Even the savages did not know about it. It is a treasure. I will crush all these pagan abominations with it. And maybe I will take their place. I will take all their strength and power. And then I can change this world. And for that, the end justifies the means. Alright. I just need, so as not to forget, some canvas. I need to refresh my memory. And he drew the path to the ends of the world on the first piece of cloth that came to hand, before he embarked on his last journey. A little while later, and Cortez isn't here either. I'm too late. But what is his doodle? This is his handwriting, but I don't understand. It seems his sanity abandoned him. What have you done? And I failed to warn you. What can be done? May heaven have mercy on us. Have a bad feeling about these formulas. I shouldn't leave these traces of madness for people to find. But I cannot destroy them. I still don't understand magic well enough to predict the consequences of destroying these mystical signs. However, my chaplain was just about to leave on a mission to the local people. I think a quarter of this bag will be just enough to serve him as a flag. And in doing so, I will hide this devilry from curious eyes. I hope the Holy Father knows what he is doing. After all, almost nothing is known about this island and its inhabitants. So a quarter of the map left Tortuga with a missionary who perished on his journey. A little later, in other waters, one of the pirates in the dungeon wants to work for us. What impudence. He claims to have been an artist in the past. Really? Well, let's see. Let him first draw me something reminiscent of the motherland. I miss those grand shores, and I'm afraid I'll never see them again. A few weeks later, Not bad. So your country looks like this? Something like that. Not much to miss. It turned out that this pirate had taken a quarter of the map before sailing away so that he'd have something to draw on during his long journey, and he didn't lose it. More than 100 years later. And so, we've done a great job. We should celebrate. But there is one thing. This ledger is just a pile of pages. That's not right. I will order my man turned into a real book, but there's no decent cloth for a binding. Although, they say that this flag has been hanging here since the discovery of the island. It is symbolic. To bind our contract with a canvas as old as Tortuga itself. Okay, so that's what happened to the two pieces. One of the pictures is hanging in my old bedroom, and the other is binding the book. Okay. I think I know which picture you're talking about. So a quarter of the map is hanging in my bedroom in Santo Domingo, and the second quarter is on some strange island. We will tell you where it is. It's been a long time since we saw our brothers living there. They are quite extraordinary. You should like them. And the rest of it is now in my hands. I'll need to bring all the pieces together to find the way to the end of the world, where Crazy Cortez went. And that's where we will find the answer to where the fog came from and how to stop it. What to do with the map on the ledger. Quietly tear off the spine or meticulously redraw. I would kind of feel bad just like ripping it off. So I'm just gonna redraw it. Ellie spent quite a bit of time transferring these intricate formulas to a whole heap of sheets. To think that I fought with my parents over the pointlessness of learning to draw. And gathering her scribbles, and she finally rushed off to find her friends. How exactly did I get here? Apparently I need to learn more about the streets of Tortuga. Hey. Oh, you're here. Yes. And how are you settling in? As you said, my money was barely enough to pay for my arrival in a room. And then I did not want to return to my old life. But you know it yourself. I am not a pirate nor a captain. I do not have a ship, and my only talent is that I am a woman. So I ended up here. A cold ache pierced Adelaide's heart. She had suspected this was precisely what would happen, but she tried to chase these thoughts away. And how is it? How are you holding up? Tears poured from her eyes. The girl tried to restrain herself, but she could not contain her emotions. I could not. He was drunk and rude. I tried to refuse him, but he came on to me with his dirty hands. The girl trembled, and for the first time in my life I raised my voice. Anger overwhelmed me from inside. I never felt such anger and hatred in my life. They threw him out, but the madam explained everything to me. I realized that I couldn't do it. And now, I don't know how I'll make ends meet. But even if I don't die of starvation, in a year they will banish me from the island. The girl began to quickly shuffle the deck of cards in her hands. And they talk of sensitive men. Good thing I didn't get married. The devil card flashed from the deck. I will curse everyone. And more. I should buy a parasol. Tanning is not for me. I regret not being like you. Then I will have the strength to cope with everything. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Definitely don't think we should do either of these and leave her to her own devices. We should definitely take her with her. Take her with us. But this one, the I want her is very important there because then it can become in a relationship with Lorenza, and then it like completely erases any relationship that you had before with like no mention of it at all, which is very strange. But yeah, I worked hard to be with Jackie, and I'm quite happy with what we have. So I'm just gonna tell her to come with me. Yes, yes. You will disappear into the city if I leave you alone. You're completely incapable of living on your own. Excuse me. It's all because of my upbringing. Don't dare lament it. There is no place for weaklings on the crew. How good are you with cards? They are my only friends. I know each of the cards better than my relatives. Maybe we will need your skills. After all, we have to deal with evil spirits. And as I understand it, their number will increase. That. Do not thank me yet. First, you must prove your usefulness. Well, if it isn't our worst working woman. Are you being a crybaby here? The client was very displeased with you. You have to loosen up if you're going to live among us. And then the madam's eyes fell on Adelaide. Wow, look what the cat dragged in. You look much better in the light of day. I was thinking. Come join us. No risks. Only love, adoration, and pleasure. And there is more money in it than any sailor could even dream of. Have you forgotten who I am? No, I remember. But that's no trade for a woman. You'll fit in much better here. I don't care. Come on. All women are the same, and there is only one thing that interests us. I'm tired of this woman. Adelaide walked up the steps to the madam without hesitation. The powerful slap almost knocked her down. How dare you? And as soon as she opened her mouth again, Adelaide raised her palm again. One more word out of you, and I will do it again. And I will continue to do it again and again, until I manage to knock some sense into that thick skull of yours. Pirates risking their lives and bringing you gold do not deserve service from such a vulgar hag as yourself. I pity the girls working for you. Surely they deserve more. I still don't understand why they need you. I think that next time I'll talk to them about it. And turning around gracefully, Adelaide walked away. But just as Adelaide neared the corner, she heard sounds coming from the back of the back door of the brothel. Female voices were insisting that someone return again and under no circumstances forget about them. I wonder who this heroic lover is. And looking around the corner, she saw... Why are you in the brothel? I will definitely be back. Here you have a cross, and I swear on the Bible. The voices calmed down. Phew. It was a hard night. Padre! Of course, I knew that you were in demand on high, but even Jackie would envy you now. You have it all wrong. What's there to get wrong? You girls screaming with delight? Well, you know, in a brothel. It's not what it seems. I'm ready to hear an amazing story. My heart told me that you're in trouble, and these lands are trying to plunge you into the abyss of vice, but naturally I got lost in these dingy alleys, and accidentally came across this house of tolerance. I just asked them for directions, and they dragged me inside. It turned out that the local girls are very strong in their faith, but there is not a single priest on the island, and they are very thirsty for confession. Of course, Holy Father. I won't tell anyone. No. Sure, I believe you. Oh, thank God. But I can only imagine the face of the crew when they find out about your nighttime adventures. For God's sake, don't. I'm joking. And who knows what he was really doing in there, but... I don't know, but that's funny. How will the crew react now that I'm with them? What are you talking about? When I traveled with you, I did not feel much benevolence towards me. It seemed that I was nothing more than a fellow traveler to them. If you saw how I was welcomed to the crew. Was it hard? You bet. But I don't think they'll make you scrub the deck. How to enter. Energetically and defiantly, elegantly and pompously. Energetically. Adelaide shoves the door wide open. Hey! Well, did you miss me? Thought I was already in a different world? Don't count on it. Adelaide. The big man grabbed the girl with one arm and lifted her into the air. You're awake. Well, I kind of said that. The shaman said she didn't know how long you would sleep. I started to prepare for the worst. I'm a strong girl. And I didn't doubt you. But where is everyone? And by the way, let me down. They're preparing for battle. No matter whether you're asleep or awake, the enemy's plans will not change, and we decided not to delay. I would have been busy as well, but someone needed to support you. I planned to wait for you at the shaman's, but she turned me away so as not to interfere with her spell. I can't help noticing that I was the first to meet Mrs. Adelaide, as befits her confessor. And I can say with confidence that it was my prayers which pulled her from the curse's tenacious claws. But you didn't even know that I was cursed. As I said, I had a bad feeling, and apparently I spent the whole night in prayer for good reason. In prayer. Excuse me? By the way, do you remember Lorenza? I've decided that she is now a member of the crew. Nice to see you again. It's strange I didn't think of it before, but the cards are also magic, and I think it could be very useful for us. It's nothing but nonsense and entertainment for bored wives. The church and I deny the power of these cards. All right. And how are things going? Meanwhile, according to pirate customs, the Council of Captains was obeyed and everyone directed their efforts toward undermining Diego's forces. Diversions had just begun, but the first results were already felt. Hey, I remember how we caused trouble. I thought that the loss of the Swallow, those days were gone. We swore not to give him peace, and we will keep our promise. What are the results? There are slave riots in the colony. Alright, but this is not enough. It will only delay him a little. People are dead tired of oppression in the colonies. I persuaded provocateurs, and now a warehouse full of canvas and boards is burning. Well done. I do not doubt your talents. We have the supply route maps. We're faster than them, so we'll be able to deprive their fleet of supplies and refill ours with ease. I can feel your pirate instincts. Oof. It's hard to reach you by boat. You lost your ship? Hey. I made it a fire ship. I left it as bait after packing the hull with a powder of a long fuse. So one of Captain Greedy's ships is good as on the bottom. A bold exchange. It was a shame to sell on that tub all the same. So this is it? And what can you boast? I sold them smuggled rum for 2,000 livers. This is a strange achievement. Try to think like waves made. The alcohol was poisoned. I think their entire fleet is queuing for the loo. Clever. Here you all are, crowing about your little achievements, while I made a raid on the island with where 2 ships were moored. I hardly believe that your brig was able to defeat 2 warships. I'm not a fool. I took their taverns by storm, and now I have 2 of their captains in the hold. Bold. Well, here I am. You're late, but I have good reasons for this, which are: the English and Dutch colonies agreed to join the boycott on trade with Santo Domingo, and if Diego wants to regain his power, he will have to lose either strength or time. Both will play strictly to our advantage. I cannot boast about my deeds. I was just doing my job. I came in like the storm, firing every gun under my mast, and got carried away. Now their fleet is scattered across the sea in search of me. A sizable contribution. Okay, so the captains are stepping up. Doing good work. Nice. Glad that we got them all on our side. The girl was overcome with a sense of duty. It hurt to see that her friends and allies had done such wonderful work while she had simply laid there for days. Oh, trust me, they're gonna need you. Adelaide darted for the exit, but her legs gave way. I have to help. Oh, Jackie barely managed to catch her. Take your time. We can handle this work without you, and you still need to regain your strength. I guess. He took her in his arms and carried her to the room. Bobby barely managed to catch her. I don't think you have the strength for this right now. Come on, I'll help you to your room. Perhaps you're right. And throwing her arm over his shoulder, Adelaide made it up the stairs. Adelaide was unaccustomed to sleeping during the day. But apparently the curse and the trip to the world of spirits had completely disrupted her rhythm. I can't. I need. She tossed and turned, trying to sleep. A sense of duty hounded her. But any attempts to get out of bed ended in a fiasco. Don't even try it. Your body is too weak. But what use are you if you fall halfway? You have good friends, and they will take care of everything. Now relax. And finally, Adelaide fell asleep. She hardly remembered what she dreamed of, and she couldn't even tell how long she'd laid in bed. It was night outside, but Adelaide felt full of energy. Glancing around the room, Adelaide spotted Jackie hanging bunches of dried herbs around the corners. Huh? What are you doing? Oh, you woke up. I did, but what are you doing? I realized that I was too lighthearted about your magic. Of course, you're still new to this. But me, on the other hand, I remember the omens. You need better protection from evil spirits. Well, I already have advisors on these issues, so I don't think that. No. This is very important. I don't want any dark infection to hurt you again. That wasn't your fault. It was only because I touched a code with the black mark. I have to protect you. The big man's hands dropped. At that moment, we really wanted to be on Tortuga together, and I got hung around with Chris. It was a horrible shock to realize that maybe I wouldn't see you anymore, that I couldn't be with you anymore. Jackie. So cute. Oh my god. Meanwhile, this fool. Only a little longer to wait. Where's this vile beast? Hope it had enough grain to not starve to death. Isn't this what you're looking for? We caught you red-handed, and now you're answering to the fullest extent of our customs. Oh, you. You're not alone here. And don't even think about escaping. We still need you alive. Devil. No, this is the devil. The damn pigeon still isn't here. I'm losing time. All these scum frolicking in my sea. Juan. Yes, my governor? He's still bald. To hell with it. Command a departure. Yes, sir. In any case, I now have a pair of trump cards up my sleeve. And full of himself, he happily twisted the ring on his finger. And a couple of my new friends. That's fine. I have magic too, and we're gonna duke it out, buddy. That's all I gotta say to you. Wow, we gained a lot of points this episode. I don't even remember getting that points, but I'm happy to see that we're keeping these like 10 apart. I completely forgot what my stats were. I know I wrote them down somewhere, but I don't even remember where I wrote them. I always do this. I never remember where I write things. I'm just like, yeah, I think I said that last time. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember where I wrote this. I wrote it on a random page. I don't know. Let me look for it. But where was I writing notes? This kind of looks like where I wrote notes at, I think. But this is not where I wrote the other. Oh my god. Who knows where I wrote it in this book? I'm trying to look through this. It's like a little notebook that I keep, and I try to write down little notes, but I don't remember where I left things. I don't know. I guess I can just write new notes right now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. So we're 57 strength, 47 diplomacy, white magic. I don't think we're gonna need black magic, but I think you need a healthy dose of both strength and diplomacy. But I'm just gonna write it down that we're at 5. Our rep 17. Our ship is fully healed right now. All right. Let's try to keep it going. Let's see what we come across next in the final episode of season 3, and then we can move on to season 4, which is very, very, very exciting. Episode 10, Friends, Enemies, Traitors, and Magic. The crucial moment in the fate of Tortuga has come. All right. Time for a showdown against Diego. This will be interesting. Hopefully we're fully ready. I think we should have enough points. There's a point coming up where we're gonna need to have like 50 white magic, and we just said we have 48. So hopefully we can gain 2 before that choice comes up this episode. Yikes. Okay, the tipping point. It's nearly dawn. I feel that something important is about to happen. We also feel something, and we don't like it. Rise and shine. Oh, I've been awake for a while now. Good. We need to get moving. Sebastian is gathering everyone on Riptide. Riptide. It's cool. Okay. Ah, my darling ship. My reliable galleon. Nice to see you. Glad to see you're in good health again. Feeling well already? Completely. Good day, my lady. And the girl realized that a new crew was working on the deck. Do we have new crew members? That's right. The freed slaves are great on the rigging, but they still have much to learn. For a serious swim, we need a skilled team. The girl gave the newcomer a strange look. Do not be afraid. Our word is solid. Nah, I don't trust him. Otherwise, I'll skin you alive. By the way, do you remember our ambush? On the pigeon? Yes, the pigeon. The girl's heart pounded at the thought. You caught them? Who was it? Bring the scoundrel. This is the snake that sheltered and I missed. Judas. We shared bread with you. Wait. Condemn me as much as you like. Can't you see? The time of piracy is over. The crown sails too many ships in these waters, and our days are already outnumbered. All we have to do is leave on a high note with all our riches, not flop like fish in the sun, dying in poverty. I hate that I work with you on the same ship. I recall that not so long ago, he would have seen me hanging to get rid of an extra mouth. What do we do with him now? Let's judge him according to the laws of the sea. I don't really want to see hanging bodies. Whatever his crimes were, custom dictates he have a trial. The people should judge him. A wise decision. Sebastian said I was wise. That's so nice. Let me in. I have an urgent report for William. Harry? Let him through. How you get all the way here? Did he just like hop on somebody's ship? Because last time we saw him, he was delivering a message to us in a room we were staying in on Santo Domingo, I'm pretty sure. Got to catch my breath. I barely had the strength to run. Report first, then you can rest up with a cup of rum. Now you're talking. He's a little kid. Out with it. Diego's pushed the ships towards you. You should have sent a letter. He didn't fuss with arrangements. He just sailed away, like he'd gone mad. I thought I wouldn't have time, so I got on a post ship and joined the smugglers. Well done. You did well. Can I get a mug of rum instead? Rather, a bottle? Jesus, you'll burst if you drink a bottle. So just stay clear. A boy after my own heart. You convinced me. I don't think we should be giving him that much alcohol. Apparently the punishment will have to be postponed. What a pity. I wanted to take a turn as executioner, instead of hanging in the loot myself. All hands on deck. We have to fight. Is everyone ready? A flotilla appeared on the horizon, sailing under the royal flag. Are we acting too rashly? Explain yourself. who scattered our ships all over the sea. Many of our soldiers are suppressing riots in the colonies. We are few. Another word and I will shoot you for panicking. Today we will take this island by any means. Now you're trapped, you overconfident peacocks. Fire! A sea battle began. Riptide used his superior size and weaponry to crowd the enemy. They're fighting back. Impressive. But even more interesting. What are you waiting for? Since Ivy sacrificed her ship, she and half of her team were temporarily based on the galleon. This is your fight too. Everyone on the cannons. I see they're working all the decks. I think they would have so many gunners. Be careful. We will not last long under such a barrage. Don't stop firing. I see they don't have enough people. I think it will be worthwhile to thin them out with canister shot. Return fire. We don't have enough people. It's because so many were poisoned. I don't care. Each man will work for two. They sail straight into my claws. Great. Prepare for boarding. Everyone, attack! They're moving closer. It's true that there are some madmen among pirates. Take a picture. I see that guns are not firing very actively. It seemed that the blockade bore fruit. Get closer. Let's hit them point blank. We're beginning to suffer serious losses. Show courage. We'll break through. Our time has come. God willing. For freedom. For justice. Against tyrants. Onward. And the penitent thief, George's flagship, began to move toward the enemy ships, deftly maneuvering between volleys. He relentlessly attacked his foes and dealt harsh blows. And Diego's already small fleet began to rapidly thin. It seemed that a crushing victory at sea would be won. A little more and we... Don't jump to conclusions. It's bad luck. I grow tired of this. It's time to try something new. Diego suddenly raised his hand, the ring glinting on his finger. Show me what you can do. All the power of my anger. All of my hatred and contempt. Okay, so we have a new trio of angry spirits. And this one looks like the one definitely on that ship that we fought with Jackie. With immense pleasure, Lord. So, it's his spirits versus my spirits. Interesting. Okay, let's go. Be careful. Something is coming. What are you talking about? Surrender or die. The stern of the galleon cracked, and the ship abruptly jolted upward, knocking the entire crew down. Huge reefs had risen from the seabed and began to penetrate the bottom of the ship. They're trapped. Fire! The deck was bombarded. I feel so weak. Why can't I hear anything? Jackie tried to scream something, but Adelaide could not hear a word. He helped Adelaide to her feet and dragged her away. What's going on? We were defeated. His voice came from far away. We run aground somehow. No, we didn't run aground. I think that Diego has mastered magic. Gradually, both her hearing and coordination began to return. Where are we going? The lower deck. No need to put our heads near the canister shot. You have your magic back now, right? Of course. Come on in. Lorenzo barely kept up with the group. A realization dawned upon her face. Adelaide. What? I remembered that new man from the deck. He was in the brothel, and boasted that soon he would have a huge new ship. I thought he was talking about Diego's fleet, but I realized that Riptide is the largest ship of all. I see. And she relayed this message to Sebastian. I see. So we will be ready. As soon as the group came down, pistols were pointed at them. Black Dog is my old friend. We robbed a lot of simpletons before he went ashore. He saved my life a couple of times, so I owe him a favor. So he takes a share in it. He and his people decided to help me take hold of the ship, releasing me and recognizing me as the new captain. Can you see for yourself? The fight is lost. Your plan went down the drain. The time of pirates is over, and I'm going to live as a wealthy person and the new owner of these lands. And if you consider Flint's treasures, I can't even count on the governor's post. You're a scoundrel. You were answered before the team and the code. Or you could just curse him out. But no, we need the white magic. Your code isn't worth the paper it was written on. Once Diego takes the island, you can use it to wipe your you-know-what. That's probably the first thing I'll do. You thought your little rebellion would be crowned a success? Haven't heard this music in a while. It's interesting. The gun that William always had on hand dropped the first traitor. The daggers danced in Christina's hands. The nearest pirate flew forehead first into a wall. Jesus! He is like a mountain of a man. Holy crap. Dude. We will not surrender without a fight. Let's see you fight a bullet. The pirate pointed a gun at Sebastian's head. Click. A misfire. Here. Unsheathing his blade, he became a hurricane of steel, and the whole inept mob of mutineers fell before his blade. Jesus! We have another beast here. Jeez. The team had already discussed the matter and were prepared for such a turn of events. The actions were coordinated and clever, and the rebellious traitors quickly fell overboard. The deck of the galleon was quickly cleared of the smell of the betrayers, until Billy Bones alone remained cornered. Come here. That's the battle music. Okay, so guys, be careful. If you think you can take me, then you're deeply mistaken. A cleaver flashed in Bones' right hand. Move right. Allie decided to go around him, but confused her directions. Damn. The thing about this one here is it's kind of like plot armor. It's like, even if you choose the right direction, you still won't hit him. And I guess it's sort of explained by, you know, you being still weak from all the time that you spent sleeping in the spirit world and stuff like that. But, yeah, it's kind of messy, but basically they didn't want me to slice him down right now. I get the gist of it, yeah. So, yeah, because I've tried to replay this over and I'm like, wait, what? I messed up? But no, I didn't mess up. Yeah, it just has to happen, so. I exchanged blows and, ha, I told you. Not daring to continue the fight, he jumped out a porthole. The fight subsided. But among these rebels were people from the Juarez. Right. We shouldn't count on the loyalty of that vessel. No time to relax. It wasn't the main fight. Everyone in position. We need to win this fight. Adelaide, be on guard. I do not want to take another hit from this upstart sorcerer. Understood. Just checking something. Adelaide peered through the spyglass. That reptile has my ring. Direct hit. A few more volleys to the waterline and we'll drown them. Don't you dare. I need my triumph afloat. But if we don't finish that ship, it will give us a lot of trouble. Or be able to slip away. That's okay. Now your master will handle things. Be careful. They're approaching again. We were instructed to deal with you. You must neutralize their powers. Direct your energy against them. The gods of these places taught me how to work with flowers. Flowers? Okay. Okay, so basically they're just here, as I became to understand it, because I had to replay this a lot, is that you have to choose the opposite of whatever the color is. But it's kind of weird though. So, but blue, like, so the blue guy is lighting up mostly, and the words are in blue. So it tells you need to choose red. It's very weird. I'm not certain why. It was kind of a guessing game, to be honest, a little bit. But I think I have the gist of it mostly. Okay. Throughout life, I directed my anger toward heretics and infidels. I sent hundreds of them to the bonfires. And now you will burn in blue flame. Color of the soul. Red. Your intolerance and bloodthirstiness made you betray both your faith and your church. The scarlet passion of sincere hearts will stop you. Adelaide gathered all her love and zeal and directed it against the spirit's cold hatred. No. It cannot be. No one will stand against the great Inquisitor. Common sense and perseverance will stand. I'll crush you. For the sake of my struggle for power. Okay, so I was red, so we need to choose blue. For the sake of my struggle for power. In one night, I doomed to death more people than Ivan the Terrible and Vlad Dracula combined. Bathe in the red blood of your own tears. The color of the soul. Blue. Relentless bloodlust can always be opposed by calm. As a result, you died, and your lineage was interrupted, and those who could find a common language with both their people and their neighbors gained power. Adelaide gathered together her most serene memories and threw them into the face of the bloodthirsty queen. How? It cannot be. You are all weaklings. I controlled lives. Green means we choose violet. Yeah, I controlled lives. I decided who was a person and who was an object. And now you are all mine. The color of the soul. Violet. These are pathetic materialistic habits. True aristocracy is all about freedom. No ruler built his empire on captivity. Every great state is free. And the girl has focused all of her nobility and greatness within. She wielded it like a shield, crushing the petty ambitions of the slaver. Impossible. Okay. We defeated the freaking spirits. So let's move on. The ship survived. I pushed through. And now it's my turn. We can't wait to fight back. What magic to use? White magic, of course. Okay. And that should put us at 50, which is good. Adelaide realized that there were many of the people on the decks were misled by Diego. Many of them were just doing their duty. They don't deserve to die in this war. And light streamed through her. Oh, we have exactly 50. I was getting concerned there for a while because I weren't sure that we were going to get the points that we needed. But, okay. So we have 50. So let's see this. I don't think I've ever seen this one because when I got here, I was using black magic. So I don't know what this one looks like. So let's see. And all the love, patience, and peace that live in the girl's heart spilled out. What the? The deck of the ship blossomed. First buds began to swell. This cannot be good. Then flowers blossomed. Cut them. You made it all pretty though. Hold up. Then sprouts grew from them, and the fast-growing branches completely filled the deck, entangling every shoulder. No, 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 no. The keel of the vessel became rooted in the water, and growing into the Tortuga's Bay, it stood firmly in place. We can't move. Do with it at once, before something starts to sprout from our ears. That's pretty cool. That's it for you. We did it. Not exactly. Look. Adelaide looked at the sea. A barely noticeable haze of fog began to rise above the water. And here comes the fog. Of course. The fog always has to appear at every major battle, and every minute it grew thicker. This isn't caused by the weather. You were right. I love the way he just like faded in. The barrier between the worlds has finally thinned, and in any place where blood is shed, it will arise. Diego is not even to blame here. The fog craves freshly dead souls, wanting to replenish its legion of the undead. Oh. And all who fell today in battle may be your enemy very soon. Jeez. Everything felt a chill all the way to her bones. So everything we do is pointless? And then she answered her own question decisively. No. But we need to stop wasting time with these squabbles and find a way to the end of the world to understand what happened and finally fix this world. We will show you the way to the nearest island. They're leaving. Don't let them. Fire every gun on them. But the ship is beyond our control. It's a disaster. Diego grabbed his mate by the collar. If all the guns do not volley at once, then I will load you into a cannon and shoot it at them. It will be done. The galleon's team was already preparing to duck, but a sound was coming from the other direction. Clive! Yeah, all my buddies are coming out. Another salvo. They should not come to their senses. It looks like I managed to arrive at the very last moment. Came in clutch, though. We're under attack. I can see that. Another traitor. Wow, what company. I hate arrogant snobs. Riptide left the bay, sailing away from cannon volleys and black magic. Shreds of the fog clung to the edges of the deck, but they could not hold the ship. The battle was over. Diego's flotilla suffered a crushing defeat from the combined forces of the pirates. After all, even the smallest sloop took part in the final battle in the harbor. Tortuga defended its freedom. Ale ran her hand over the railing of the ship. Well done. You survived, and did more than was expected of you. And of course, if we have spirits talking to us, why not our ship talking to us? So, she says thank you. It seems you have a new crew member. I've witnessed many wonderful feats. You stand up for this world, and your magic. It soaked through me from my stern to my bowsprit. Who are you? I am Riptide. This is the name you gave me. And I am not a figurehead, but the whole ship that you care for. But the easiest way for me to speak is from the figurehead. As I understand, we're going on a very long journey. So distant that only a few have sailed so far. We're going to the end of the world. This route suits me. I am very young, but I already love this world, and I want to help you save it. Now I'll have someone to chat with in my free time. Your wisdom has always amazed me. Thank you for all that you've done for us, and I'm sorry about everything that you will have to endure. I'm prepared. And now, I desire an appearance suitable for our journey. Okay, so we get to change what she looks like. I'm pretty sure Palace is gonna be strength. Yeah, I don't like it that much. Nike is probably diplomacy. It's pretty cool. It gives her some wings and a cool little wreath and stuff. We have Aphrodite, which is white magic. Then you have Hecate, which is most likely black magic. You have Ursula, which I don't know what that is. Or do not change. Ursula might be pirate rep? I don't know. I don't know exactly. Do I need more white magic? I think I can get away with going diplomacy if I wanted to, but I like the white magic look. I think it's very pretty. Scantily clad, of course. But this one looks cool too. You gotta admit, that looks pretty boss though. I kind of miss her eyes, even though her eyes are always kind of dead looking. She is a statue. No, but when you think Riptide, like, she just looks so boss like this. Like, I can't deny this is just really, really cool, you know? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I like it. She looks, it's just so cool. Patroness of the moon and witches. Exactly what I need for company. Where are we heading? North. Heading north. More specifically? For now, just north. And then I will adjust. Well, as you say. I think I made it in time? I would say so, certainly. I'm glad I could assist. Gracefully taking Adelaide's hand, he gently kissed it. Will you stay with us? Alas, I had the courage to declare war on Diego, and so I'm needed at home. But I can accompany you for defense purposes for the next few days. That's wonderful. Well, I'm gonna stay. And the other allied ships begin to catch up. That was pretty wonderful. I haven't felt like that for a long time. You are a real treasure. A real adventure. Thank you. Now we have to pay to have all of them officially join us on our mission towards the end of the world. We most definitely will meet them. But this was very expensive. I think each of them cost like 25 gems for them to join you. Whew. And it's a good chunk of them, so this was a very expensive chapter. But I've already paid for it, so I'm just gonna invite all of them to join us, so we can have our nice, like, what do you call it? I don't know. This army of ships. What? You see, we're heading to the end of the world. What? And vessels prize to join you, and some company wouldn't hurt. Count me in. He's all about adventure, and he's all about fighting. That was a wonderful fight. I defeated many enemies. I wanted to thank you for the opportunity. No need. Even more exciting battles lie ahead. Truly? I love when he looks like that. He looks so adorable. Yes, because we are going to the distant shores, and I can't even imagine what kind of guards protect them. Hold up. You want me to go there? You want to go there without me? It's up to you. I don't have to think twice. Count my harpoon in. It was an entertaining event. Nevertheless, you reminded me of my insane youth. Thank you. Well, prolong your little while longer. What do you mean? We're heading to bizarre and remote places. I certainly understand that this means even more losses. But who knows what we will meet on the way and what its worth in gold could be. I'm intrigued. Very intrigued. As I understand it, there is a place for me in your mission? That's right. Well then, I'm in. Swordbreaker. Interesting. Nice to do business with you. Hey, and another one? It was a wonderful fight. I had some old debts to settle with Ochoa's family. Unfortunately, I failed to fully satisfy my ambitions, but I'm glad enough that I clipped that bastard's wings a bit. Apologies for the expression. Nevertheless, I'm glad that this adventure took place. Might have an interest. I'm still going to be fighting him. I have a far grander plans which involve Ochoa suffering a crushing defeat. Go on. Diego's plans have become known to me. I'm now a self to destroy them. Might I ask a not so modest question? Is there a place in your fleet for the so-called penitent thief? Anything is possible. Then take me under your command. It's an honor. Cool. Whew, okay, and since Ivy doesn't have a ship, she has to come with us either way. So Ivy's coming with us. Clive is going to be with us for a little bit. But the other captains are now permanently in our story for the rest of the time being. So this will be very cool to see what what advantages they give us in like the battles to come. And so without stopping to recover from the battle, Riptide set off and the crew proceed to repair the ship and take care of other preparations, all the while licking their wounds. I can't just stand aside. Recalling her experience on the first swallow, she rolled up her sleeve and started to scrape the deck. Someone must do it in the end. Why are you hunched over? Am I above the others? Let me help. Besides, there are chips of wood and other fragments everywhere. Lots of work. Good lord. The rig is sunk here. No one will help me with the ropes? Well, those who can. Who will help the lady? Okay. If you are not with Jackie, then she'll be looking for Jackie to help her. And some other girls will pop up and they'll want Jackie to help him too. I think Chris pops up and asks for his help. And Lorenza also pops up and asks for his help because they're all attracted to him. But he's mine. So this is a little bit different. So that option didn't even come up for her asking for his help. But you can offer to hook her up with one of the other crew members. So I'm going to do that because I want to do a little matchmaking because that's fun. Who exactly? Because you could be able to match up all three of those. Lorenza, Chris, and Ivy. Who would we match Ivy up with? I matched her up with William before. I was thinking of matching her up with Clive. Maybe Lorenza with Sebastian, Chris, and William, maybe? I think it'd be interesting. I don't know if I'll get the chance to do the other ones, but I'm gonna try it. What's the problem? Such an important person. We're not here to discuss my importance, but to solve problems. Well, the rigging. Well, slackers, help the lady at once. And if the lady must wait, then I swear you will get your share of lashes. That's what I call a commanding voice. Ivy has a relationship with Clive. Wow, what an unexpected alliance. After a little work, Adelaide grew restless and stepped aside. With magic, everything is much simpler. She lit a light in her hand. Oh. And then the world around her started to spin. Yeah, you can't overdo it, sweetheart. What? Again? Not now. Hello, you. It's been a while. Oh, here you are. But how? Oh, you're not happy to see me? I'm sorry. You took things a little far with your magic. Magic is connected to the spirit world, and if you abuse it, especially with your lack of experience, then your soul will simply fall out of reality. Is that so? It's good that I was near and managed to pull you into a more pleasant place. Please understand, magic is unfamiliar to people. Only spirits can use it whenever they want. It wouldn't hurt me to become a spirit. Be careful what you wish for. It is a bargain. And over the years, you might regret your decision. Wait, so all this time I had this opportunity? Were you hiding it from me? I'm sorry, but I really wanted you to stay you. I like you alive and warm, breathing and thirsty for adventure. She didn't betray you. Come on, don't be mean. No, I think she did the right thing because I think it took some time to come to terms with, what magic means for us and stuff like that. What it felt like not having it, having it. And I think she understands a little bit better that these situations are a little bit more weighty. And you can't just go off half-cocked because I think in the beginning she'd have been like, yeah, okay, I need to save everybody. Yeah, this magic is what I need right now. But right now she's kind of like, there are drawbacks to magic. Yeah, and she has a lot more to live for, I think, right now. So it might not be the best option, but I am curious, though. Before I realized the depth of magic, an easy option could have been destructive for me. But now I can weigh my decision. Tell me about this deal. You yourself can become a mermaid. Not right away. Gradually. First you will understand the ancient language. Then you will stop being afraid of water. You'll start to see the world in colors. But once the sea calls you, you won't be able to refuse. You'll leave your home, your beloved, your children. You'll go into the sea. At first you'll be sad, but over time all your memories will be washed away with the sea foam. And you will not remember any of those whom you once knew and loved. You will become just a mermaid. Did that happen to you? I don't know. I don't remember. So I think it's fully possible that in the probably in the episode that's about to come out in a few days, that if you chose this option, it would become a reality in that episode, the final episode. So on white magic, it's this choice: you become a mermaid. On the black magic, it's a worse choice. You become something called a slaw, and basically, you're just controlled by the dark spirit, and you don't really have an identity of your own. It's very strange, and you can't speak to anybody and communicate. It's very strange. I don't think I would ever choose that option, but I am curious about what the mermaid option would do. So I'm probably gonna choose that option at some point. But for right now, I want to see where my love interests go, and I don't want to be ripped away from them. But I am curious about this for sure, but I'm gonna refuse. I can still find a way, and I don't want to lose myself. That makes me very happy. She took Adelaide's hands and kissed them. He was so nice like this. Phew. Here you are. I found you somehow. Teacher? Let's go. We have to go. Where? You'll see. Barely escaped, and everything is lost. Tortuga remains untaken. That was not the primary goal. But I thought my friends from the other side managed to see something. Yes. It seems my beloved is looking for the same thing as me. So we just have to observe them carefully. And very soon, neither Tortuga nor Santo Domingo nor Spain will matter to me. Okay, so he's just basically following me out to the end of the world, which of course, it wouldn't be a final battle without taking down both of the people. Because we have to always remember that Davy Jones is in the background pulling strings and manipulating things to get to where he wants. Yes, we always need to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's take down our new stats. So we're at 58 here, 49, diplomacy, white magic exactly at 50, just clutch. We're now at 6 black magic because I wanted a different figurehead, and 18 pirate rep. And surprisingly, after the whole battle, our ship is still at 10, fully charged and stuff. So that's very strange, but okay. Anyway, this is a cool finale. It's cool to see some different things, different choices that we can choose. Magic options that we can choose are pretty interesting. I am still interested about becoming a mermaid at some point. That seems really, really cool. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you continue with me on this journey. We're catching up. We'll be catching up very fast. That is my goal. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh wait. Show the video some love if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.